You let me buy you.
Buy me? Excuse me, I'm not for sale.
Not the best time to run out of bundles. Switch to the most affordable data bundles where you get value for your money. Visit a fiber mobile dealer near you today to get a fiber SIM card. 1 GB for only 50 shillings, 2.5 GB for only 100 shillings, and 30 GB for only 1,000 shillings.
Sasa niwekea the bold and the very beautiful.
Ai mom, so umekuwa ukiwatch TV the whole day surely.
So?
Tunaishi watatu huku mom. Wacha pia mimi ni watch show zangu. Ai.
Baboy, you know wewe ni squatter hapa. Hapa tunaishi mimi na baba yako. Hebu niwekea kipindi yangu.
Yani mom, you can't even share.
Ate share. Nipatie list ama breakdown ya kile ume-contribute hapa kwa hii nyumba. In cash. Unakumbuka ukiwa mtoto hata sikegusa remote because of the tubies. Na si wende kwa kina Prudence mkaona hizo TV sao.
Internet yao ni slow sana. Ukaona fiber kama sisi.
Hawana fiber kama mimi na daddy. Aya, shika remote basi uone. Na nimeenda kuoga. Nikirudi ukuwa umemaliza.
Fiber Home now gives you more speeds at no extra cost. Get connected today and stream better downtime and no buffering.
The kings of the track are here again. Feel the roar.
Agatin missing chitap kalenjin among walemi komie en uitugul nenyoru ketesiet nebo Kass TV itagat missing kegushin kong logoiwekab emet chekamuch koitu kong'eten mesetab logoiwek nebo Kass TV. Kainenyu ko Caroline Kiplagat ak inendet neibwech logoiwek chuton en oretab kaborunoik ko Naomi Cherotich. Kinamen logoiwek choton chebo bolatet ole tetat koyai tuyet neinegei wikit nemiten tai noton ko betutab koaeng kasi katuyetab ke nebo Azimio la Umoja en komosta nebo Kamkunji en yuton bo taonitab Nairobi. Kosubke ak ng'olyot anan tuyetab sirikab logoiwek nekayai katuyetab ke nebo Azimio kokamwochi emet noton ko Martha Karua ne rubeiwotab kandoindet noton anan kandoinatet nebo chamaitab Azimio kole chenge icheget koker kole kakwautik anchechon cheimuch koib kosubke ak nekoisirto bunge nebo emoni finance bill kit nekoisoi missing katuyetab ke nebo Azimio.
We say pole to the millions of Kenyans who are struggling to come to terms with this harsh reality. We know many of you think this is a nightmare that will probably fizzle out. Unfortunately, it is here with us and here to stay unless we act now. Because we are not helpless, we can act. The Ruto regime ensured that the wishes of the people were ignored. Instead, they retained punitive taxes on fuel, on housing, on turnover, on salaries, among others. This is like showing the people of Kenya the contempt card. The people can lament, plead, pray, and even picket to be listened to and still be ignored. This has never been seen in our country before. In the run-up to the voting on the finance bill, various polls showed that more than 90% of Kenyans rejected the finance bill. This kind of dictatorship is new. This budget is selfishly tailored to ensure Ruto and his cronies are living large and they eat well, where a majority are suffering. They are getting subsidies to import cooking oil, maize, sugar, rice, among others, as we saw in the media expose recently. And this is all at the expense of vulnerable Kenyans. In this finance bill, the regime's corruption is properly budgeted for. Money for the regime's cronies is hidden in the provisions like fertilizer subsidy, national agricultural and rural inclusivity, national agricultural value chain development, Kenya serious enhancement, whatever that means, emergency locust response, and small-scale irrigation and value addition, among others. What we are saying is that if these provisions are genuine, agriculture being a devolved function, these monies would be devolved to the county, but not left at the center with lofty-sounding words just to be siphoned by the corruption cartels.
Keistoenge choton bo Azimio la Umoja ketokchinge county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ole kakotelel boisiet kibagengeit neletoi beek nebo Eldowas kiboitinik cheite 30 kobun county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet. Chuton ko kosubkei ak governor nebo county noton Wesley Rotich nekarirta en kakwautiet nekoib kampunit noton bo Eldowas kasarta nekates kole wendi koyoe ngalalet ak governor nebo county nebo Uasin Gishu Jonathan B. Chelilim asikewekchi bichoton boisiet. Genyoru report nebo Andrew Kimeto.
Ako ngong governor nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Wesley Rotich kole kokotelel kibagengeit neletoi beek eng taonitab Eldoret nebo Eldowas kibaitinik cheite 30 cheboisie eng kibagengeinata chemwaat kele bunu county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet.
Ni chang icheket mangering. Nguno kwanyoru karibu kainaik 30. So abwati ale toko chang alak kaleji sikeyokwo kainaik ako soibchi governor nebo Uasin Gishu governor Chelilim aleji koren state lagochoto.
Kabinito betusiek chengering yekongoba bandab oret mengikab Marakwet West ole mitei Chepbara Dam neletoi beek koityi taonitab Eldoret konerekchini kakwautienoto koib kibagengeinata bo Eldowas.
MD ametunyanyasa kama wakazi wa Marakwet. Amefuta watu wetu kazi na hata director ameweza kuachisha yeye kazi kwa sababu yeye anatoka sehemu za Marakwet. We are demanding ya kwamba arudi director mwenyewe ya Marakwet na arudi na atupe watu 5 kama directors wa sana.
Kosubkei ak governor konyolu eng kibagengeinata letoi beek eng Eldoret kowekchi boisiet bichoto kokitelel amutiegei familia chekwai.
Kama viongozi koker kele isara biko cheribe kokwet, cheribe beek ako ribe kila kitu. Ako tun mutai kesul icheket kototun matinye chi anan matinye benefit age tugul. Amu bechoto komakialda, kikikoito kwa rosafa amu beek kikimwa serikali kole beek kobo serikali tugul lakini kalya makinyoru benefits chemake ak biikab Elgeyo Marakwet chekikonech.
Kates komwa governor kole mengikab county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet kotinyegei icheket ak ripsetab timwek eng komosata mitei oinonoto letoi beek koityi taonitab Eldoret.
Kikoyam bichu catchment area ako sikonyor biikab Uasin Gishu beek kosikonyor komo Uasin Gishu inegei nekesupplieni beek ngalekab Baringo akoi Turkana chebo Kerio River, Nzoia River kotaune Elgeyo Marakwet, kisupplieni Trans Nzoia, kisupplieni lakini kemoche akichek kenyor haki nebo biikab Elgeyo Marakwet amu ki catchment nebo chi tugul. Kwa hivyo ukisome Eldowas keleji leye omoger biikab Elgeyo Marakwet taken for granted. Already mi biik angot matinye beek ako icheket chetoreti beekab damit.
Makat kosuldae governor Wesley Rotich ngalalet koboto governor nebo Uasin Gishu Jonathan B asikoityi koshinet kotinygei ak kaimutyonoto.
Kesoe kele kimeche ketuye viongozi tugul ako siketar ngalechoto amicably. Ko filen chi tugul nebo Elgeyo Marakwet kole kimi komie, ko filen akichek biik chun mi Uasin Gishu choe beechu kole kisoso kobaibait chi tugul ako sikemi komie.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko
Ketesetai kokakotyakta serikali rabinik cheite silingisiek bilion 16.7 chechoton ko tetat keropchi biik choton cheosen, lagok chematinye sigik, mosogik ak biik kora chetinye kewelutik eng borto. Bendi konyoru rabinik choton bo Inua Jamii Cash Transfer Program biik cheite milion 1 en emoni, ole kamwa Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua kole eng arawek 8 chekokosirto komamuch kokoito anan koropta serikali rabinik choton kosubkei ak kaimutik choton chebo uchumi.
Today, the government has released through the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection Kenya shillings 16,725,856 for payment to over 1 million beneficiaries enrolled in the Inua Jamii program. In addition, 11,185,000 will be paid as top-up for beneficiaries under the Nutrition Improvement through Cash and Health Education Complementary Program. The total for both programs for the foresight is 16,737,041. The funds will be credited to accounts of 1,072,226 Inua Jamii beneficiaries. Each beneficiary will receive Kenya shillings 16,000 to be paid in 2 tranches in June and July, being payment for 4 cycles, namely November to December 2022, which is about 4 billion, January to February 2023, another 4.1 billion, March to April, another 4.1 billion, and May to June, another 4.1 billion. The Inua Jamii brings together 3 cash transfer programs, namely the cash transfer to orphans and vulnerable children, older persons cash transfer program, and persons with severe disabilities cash transfer. Idea wale wazee wetu, wale walemavu, wale senior citizens ambaye wametabulika ya kwamba wako na matatizo na tumekuwa na changamoto ya kwamba pesa haikuwa imepatikana na zaidi ya miezi 8 hawajapata pesa zao, lakini sasa tungetaka kuhakikishia kwamba hizi pesa ziko tayari na kupitia zile mabenki ambayo iko na mkataba na serikali wataweza kupata pesa yao kati ya wakati huu wa leo na huu mwezi ujao na kuendelea hapo mbele. Baraza la mawaziri imepitisha ya kwamba kuanzia tarehe mosi mwezi wa 7 tutakuwa na mikakati ya kwamba hizi pesa za wazee wetu zitakuwa tayari kila mwisho wa mwezi, ndio hao wazee wetu waweze kusaidika na wasitaabike katika hali yao ya maisha.
Ketesetai chitab Kalenjin kowendi konyorune kelchin neo kamatik chemache kosigis tetutiet neinegei nebo M-Mama. Tetutiet niton kobo loiset nebo saisiek 24 newendi kotoreti kamatik choton konyor toretet nemokyingei kasarta age tugul asikechuchuch kabetetab sobonwek nebo kamatik choton koboto lagokwak. Tetutiet niton isuldoen kampunit nebo M-Pesa Foundation, Vodafone Foundation, USAID en kibagenge ak serikalit nebo emetab Kenya.
M-Mama is an affordable emergency transport service connecting mothers and newborns to vital life-saving healthcare in rural areas and in other countries such as Tanzania, Lesotho, and now coming to Kenya. This 24-hour service utilizes mobile technology to ensure that medical workers can respond to emergencies.
A woman dies every 2 minutes from complications due to childbirth. Every 2 minutes. But Kenya has shown vividly the progress that it is possible to make in ensuring that childbirth becomes safer for moms and for babies.
We are committed to ensuring that women enjoy their reproductive life, including safe motherhood as envisioned in the International Conference on Population and Development, ICPD 25. We must therefore promote women's productive health and rights and not just preside over women and children to die from preventable maternal and perinatal causes.
The Council of Governors encourages your continued contribution to health as we journey towards universal health coverage. County governments remain fully committed to fulfilling the requirements provided by the Constitution of Kenya that guarantee all citizens the right to affordable and accessible quality health care.
Kayai tuyet Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi ak yogindet anan ambassador nebo emetab Germany en emet nebo Kenya noton go Sebastian Groth. Katuyo kandoik chuton oengu en ofisitab Prime Cabinet Secretary en yuton bo taonitab Nairobi. Kosubkei ak Mudavadi ko kangalalen icheget tuguk che terter koboto yaetab mungaret en kwenutab emotunwek chuton oeng asikekanapta boisietab musoknotetab kasari en yaetab boisionik.
Yeah, yes. Okay. I'm still on transit. Okay, thank you very much. Welcome. So this is Development Councillor Mr. Günther. This is Mr. Imig, who is heading the GIZ office. It's Thomas. It's the Arena Hotel. And as you might know, we are also very involved. The biggest donor for UNHCR worldwide, but especially in the approach that you are now formalizing somehow, because there's a lot of income region. So I found this very enlightening. I also appreciated your speech because it is such a big challenge and a cross-cutting effort.
Nguni getokchinge county nebo Uasin Gishu ole kanyor kelchin nebo kotai title deeds biik chesire 500 en county nebo Uasin Gishu komangunen icheget komoswek choton chebo Maili 4 Hill School ak Queenet chemwaat kele kikokenisyo icheget en kasarta negoi. Ngenyoru report nebo Isaac Koge.
Kongololi eng ofisishek cheechen chebo county noton nebo Uasin Gishu komwa Governor Jonathan B. Chelilim kole tinye tetutik serikalitab emoni noton nebo koro kole konyorchigei biik tugul title deeds missing ko icheget chetomo konyor ako tinye korotinwek.
Harakisha watu wote wa Uasin Gishu wapate title deed. Hii ndio inaanza kufulfill. Na mimi najua tutasonga polepole mpaka tufike mahali tunaenda. Na tumesema kwa sababu sisi ni serikali. Hii serikali si serikali tu kwa sababu ya kusemwa. Hatutaki tuitwe serikali ya kupigiwa makofi na kusema wewe ni mkubwa, wewe ni koti moja. Tunataka kufanyia watu kazi. Hakuna kucheza hapa. Hii ni maisha ya watu. Watu wamengoja title deed miaka ya zaidi ya 30, wengine 40, wengine tangu mzungu aende.
Some biikab emet kowong terchinoshek chetinyegei kobun ngalalutik anan dispute resolutions asikobit kiwong terchinoshek chetinye namunetab mbarenik, kit nekarop eut County Commissioner nebo Uasin Gishu Dr. Edison Nyale.
Na mtukubalie, sheria imetuambia kwamba kama mko na court cases ambazo zimewachelewesha sana ya mashamba, wametuambia tafuta mbinu ingine inaitwa alternative dispute resolution.
Na our Chief Justice ambaye tuko naye hapa, Justice Nyakundi, anaweza kuweka mikakati kuona kwamba mambo ya succession hayachelewi tena. Diposa ameweza kuteua jopo ambalo ameweza kulifundisha ya kwamba sasa mambo ya succession yafanywe mashinani na wazee wenyewe ambao wanajua, na ripoti ifike kotini peke yake na kuhalalishwa kwamba hii ni vivyo hivyo, ili kusiwe na kuchukua muda tena.
Kosubkei ak rupotab Governor Engineer John Barorot kobo kamanut konoretab records tugul chotok chebo mbarenik eng oretab boisietab muswoknotetab kasari asikobit keistoegei kamungetab kibet documents ak tuguk alak chotok chebo kamanut.
So I want to request the Ministry of Lands that together with the county, let's work together that we can digitize our records such that there will be no instance that we lose a file, because a file is physical.
Kuna mpango ya government, national government, they want to do digitization. Hii ni ile records zote zinakuwa scanned, zinakuwa put into the system. So once they are in, you cannot, hata ukikuja na fake titles or forged documents, tutakuwa na record yetu.
Alak eng biik chotok chekanyor title deeds koboto Gogo Sarah Samoei, kametab President Dr. William Ruto, nekaibor boiboiyet akobo nekanyor konunotiondonotok bo namunetab mbaret.
Ale kongoi. Alechini serikalit kongoi. Amu kokwaiwech boisiet. Alen matinye ngal. Ngoliot age koni. Mata kealda koret. Yekakenyor title deed kerib. Simata kealda koret. Kake kesom rabinik. Sikayai maendeleo. Amwa kongoi ade one. Kongoi serikalit nyo nebo Kenya.
Kanyorchigei biik chesire 500 title deeds chotok kobun komoswek chotok chebo Mailin, Hill School ak Uinet. Kong'etegei taunetab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Kong'eten Uasin Gishu kebendi agoi county nebo Kericho ole moche nguni katuiyetabgei nebo CSOs network en county noton bo Kericho. Kandoik en county noton kotelel ng'ololutik choton cheimuch kopchei meng'ik. Kondochini nebo kecheret kokasom governor nebo county noton Dr. Eric Mutai kobagach kachutetabgei ak rubeiwondenyin Engineer Fred. Ibwech report en koindo Robert Siele kong'eten Kericho.
Kong'ololchin ketishoni en oret ne inegen komwa coordinator nebo kibagengeisiek bit bandab tai en county noton.
Governor inendet ak deputy governor kicham komwoe en tirita kolelen kikotar tofauti nekitingenge, lakini kikere kora kele takomi amun besho kotom koigeny ko kimwoe deputy governor kole kinyolu kopchei ng'echerok kasisiek ele kikoyonjindoito.
Kamwa Ruto kole terchinosiek alak tugul en kandoik cheechen koibu kaimutik en kiboitinik ole en let koityin biikab emet kaimutik choton.
Ikere ile ko katuriet neu non kora ikere ile ko matakotestai kasit komie amun mara tomi kasit nenyolu koyoe deputy governor yon momi governor. Ngwo governor kou kamanda ko kora konyolu koyoe kasit deputy governor. Ko ngunon ikere ile matesetai kasit komie. Ako ikere kole mara kemoitos kora tuguk. Ikere ile mi suriet nemi yon. Ako pchee kora biik ak kopchei iniwe orit kora kapchei kiboitinikab county. Ko yon pcheotin kiboitinikab county ko momi ole yoitoo kasisiek.
Kasam governor nebo Kericho Dr. Eric Mutai ak rubeiwondenyin Engineer Fred Kirui koboisien kibagenge koistoengei ng'alalutik cheiboru toiyet en kwenunywan.
Netai komonyolu komi suriet amun county ko nenyon tugul ako kikokoi chi tugul kasit sheria nebo County Government Act ak the Constitution of Kenya 2010 konyolu koistogei tofauti neu non. Nerube ko ngot komi tofauti nekabit kecheng or nekitoren en haraka asimasitin kong'et kokon tuguchon kaamwa ole konu komatestai boisiet komie en county.
Kamwa Ruto kole terchinosiek en kwenutab gavana ak rubeiwondenyin kotagu kimaityin en maket nemie nebo biikab emet en kasarta nekikitokyingei lewenisiet neo.
Ko noker ane kouon kakonyokoyonchin bichu ko kiorogeni kole mara kesindan ngot komoyonchin. Ikere ile kimoyonchin bichu en chamet nebo keyai kasit. Ki ng'alekwak chekibo orogenet. Ikere kanyokochut kouno ko kamwa ole uon kaikai koisom chito ng'echeret ile kesom ng'echeret iwe akoi mwisho sikoron kong'et boisionikuk akinye itestai iboisiechi emet en komosta nemalasima imi serikali.
Kasom biikab emet kotebi kibagenge amat kopchei terchinosiek alak tugul kobaten kogen icheket boisionik.
Kit nosome ko ngandan mobete bolotet en olda tugul chitugul kotindo kosibikyik ko amun kikiyosyechi governor kot ko kikonam ng'echeret ako kikochobok kora kele kikoik deputy governor nemi kikinde ministaek kikinde chief officers ak boitinik alak chebo county chon kikindo ko asome biikab emet kobakach bolotet amun loboti kasarta ngunon yelabat kasarta ak osirsiregei en yu kotonon boisionik ko koron ko biikab emet choton chematakonyor faida.
Kong'eten county nebo Kericho logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Robert Siele.
Koret agenge nebo kewal sobonwek chebo meng'ik chebune komosta nebo Kerio Valley en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet kokaiti koshinet serikalitab county noton ak kibagengeit nebo Red Cross tetutiet netokyini kewekchi kabatisiet anan kowekchigei kabatisiet en mbarenik chebo kabisisiet chebo Tot Koloa irrigation scheme nemi kiwato nebo counties chebo Elgeyo Marakwet ak Baringo. Kong'ololi kasarta nekoindochi kandetab siyet nebo MOU komosirindet nebo kibagengeit nebo Red Cross Ahmed Idris Kolwendi MOU noton kokonoptoi kabatisiet, kanyoiset, kalyet en kwenutab tuguk alak.
Kaindochin kandetab siyet en kwenutab kibagengeit noto ak serikalitab county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet sirindet en kibagengeit noto en emoni Ahmed Idris ole kamwa kole MOU noto kotorchingei tetutik cheterter chebo bandab tai chebo kabatisiet, kanyoiset, kareunetab kalyet en kwenutab tuguk alak chechang. Ole tetutiet netai neitorchingei ichek en inguni ko kiwekchigei kabatisiet en imbarenikab kabusisiet chebo Tot Koloa chemiten kiwoto nebo county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ak county nebo Baringo.
The MOU is open. The initial phase is 5 years. The content provided for provides the thematic areas that we'll be cooperating on, and each thematic area will have project documents that will be developed which will specify exactly what we will be doing. For example, now our starting project, the revival of the Tot Koloa project, will have a separate project agreement which will specify how long we'll be doing the deliverables under that.
Kosubkei ak Idris kochang biik chetakomeng'ishe eng bananda neo en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ak kounoto kotorchingei ichek kowal sobonwek in county nitok.
Elgeyo Marakwet one has traditionally been known for not being among the poorest of the counties, but the reality is that there are certain parts of the county that have serious access to food shortages, access to water, and it's the realization that this lies squarely within our mandate that prompted us to work with the county government. You will recall that Kenya Red Cross and an institution established under an act of parliament, we are required to collaborate with the county government as auxiliary in the humanitarian field. And disaster risk management as a priority area for this particular institution, we've agreed to work with the county government in establishing an emergency operations center that will make our work easier in responding to emergencies and also make the work of the county government and the national government easier.
En komostanyi komwa gavana nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Wesley Rotich kole wendi kotoreti tetutiet noto bo Tot Koloa biik chesire en atebwetab Kerio, kit nekamwa kole wendi koeku kelchin neo tetutionitok en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet.
Kokinyor partner ako koyan korivivan Tot Koloa irrigation scheme nikingen kele wendi sikotoret wakulima karibu 2,000 ako oibwech kalyet ako konech chakula ako konech chepkondok ngechanek cho tugul chebo Endo ward anan chebunu Soin. So kemeche kewekchi kongoi mamwa icheket notok kityo kole moche siketoretkei ng'alekab kirakacha tugul, ng'alekab health tugul, ng'alekab disaster ako moche situn kobo koyat ofisit ng'wai ng'iten ako kikochi mbaret en county, kikochi space kidogo ng'iten so koyat ofisit ng'wai ako sobwa yu permanently so komuch kotoretech eng boisionik.
Kong'ete taonitab Iten en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass Tv, kaninyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Atestai en sugulitab Isaac nebo tienwogik anan music festivals en kwenutab sugulisiek cheterter kosubkei ak Isaac Oleseret ne inendet ko teleljini kabeletabkei nebo tienwogik ne kora ko principal nebo sugulitab werik nebo Koiwa kokimiti kabeletabkei noton konetutik chetinyegei ak bitet ak kibagenge en kwenutab bororiosiek cheterter tabana ak nekonoptoi talantaisiek. Kenyoru report nebo Festus Rono.
Nyolu keboisien talantaisiek mising ko en neranik keib kibagenge ak chomyet en kwenutab biikab emoni. Niton ko ng'olyot nekotelelen kabiletabkei nebo kenyini nebo tienwogik en kwenutab sugulisiek chebo secondary en county nebo Bomet.
Today we are actually having the Bomet County Music Festival
We have just concluded actually the sub-county festival, and the teams that you see here are actually teams that qualified from the sub-county level, and they have actually now come to the county level in the process of moving forward to the regional music festival, which will be held in Narok on the 17th of July.
Kakiyai kabelisionoton en Aisaik en Bomet ole kosubkei ak nebo Kecheret en music competition en county nebo Bomet. Ako ine kora ko principal nebo Koiwa Boys Isaac Ole Seret kole kakiboisien tienwogik chebo raini kinet lagok akobo tilyandit nemie en kwenutab bororiosiek cheterter chebo emoni.
We are actually happy as a team that the Kenya Music Festival has come up with actually a program, and what we actually intend to do this year is to nurture the talents of the learners in relation to what is actually there in the CBC programs. CBC actually wishes to promote actually talent development among the learners, and that's exactly what we are doing here. We are actually happy as Bomet County that we have had enough teams, and I believe that today several teams will actually manage to go to the regional level on the said date. Otherwise, behind me is actually a great team that is actually moving this exercise forward, and we believe things will be well. Thank you. Maybe the main objective of this exercise, one is actually cultural diversity, to bring all cultures together. Today here we have actually Kalenjin dances, we have Kisi dances, we have the Kipsigis dances, we have Pokot dances, Turkana, we have Taarab, we have Oriental music, we have Silizopendwa, we have ensemble, drums and instrumentalists. All of them actually are here. So the kind of talents that will be displayed on the platform will be great. We also have elocutions, poems, both English and Kiswahili, and they all be presented today.
Kasom inendet kipsomaninik kotach ak koyan walet netesetai en emet ak mising kowal talentaisiekwak koik kit neibu borotet mising ko en tetutiet nekolumda president nebo emoni Dr. William Ruto ne naat ko Talanta Hela.
I think the students we have here should see a value in this. The direction education is taking at the moment is no longer just knowledge based, it is actually skill based. So the kind of skill that you develop from this talent that you see today is actually going to benefit you both financially, socially, and will also actually elevate you, gives you a name. We have seen artists, musicians, we have seen video players and filmmakers. All those are actually ways of actually nurturing the talents that you have here, and it actually makes a benefit to you.
Kongeten county nebo Bomet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Kagomongei kibagengeisiek chebo Donkey Welfare Association ak Association of Donkey Owners in Kenya. Akoesio kakwautiet nekomwa minista nebo kabatisiet Mithika Linturi kole tetat keyat kokeny kebeberwek chekienyen sigirok. Kamwa kibagengeisiek choton kole angot kotestai mungaret nebo engsetab sigirok kokonu koimutik cheterter eng mwaet kole ibeti emoni anan biikab emet boisionik chetiengei sigirok en boisionik cheterter cheboto mungaret ak kabatisiet. Kongololen county nebo Baringo ing wikit nekosirtoi kokomwa Linturi kole tetat keyat komoswek chekienye sigirok oret ketoret biikab emet konyoru boisionik kobate koesio logoiwek choton kibagengeisiek cheborchinigei imanda nebo sigirok.
Stakeholders and donkey dependent communities are greatly alarmed by the statement issued in public on the 17th June 2023 by the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, the Honorable Mithuri. This statement was issued during a meeting in Baringo, and it hinted at reopening of mass donkey slaughter in Kenya under the guise of addressing unemployment, and this is really concerning us. We are united to ask and demand that the minister should listen to us. Please do not open the slaughterhouses for the simple that it is bad for the donkey and the Kenyan economy, and it does not in any way provide long-term job creation. It will prove to destroy youths, women, and children's livelihoods.
The race is on. The engines are racing, gears switching, and the crank is shafting. The crowd is screaming, feet following, eyes following. The air is vibrating. The ground is reverberating. The speed is alive. The kings of the track are here again. Feel the roar.
Yeah, but
Hype drop, this is how we're feeling. Get them in the party, look so appealing.
yeah, hata nimekuwa ndelelea kule kwa peri of my vision. Yeah, nikajiuliza mbona nisikuje nikusamirie?
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, hey, exactly. Sasa, see you let me buy you.
Buy me? Excuse me, I'm not for sale.
Not the best time to run out of bundles. Switch to the most affordable data bundles where you get value for your money. Visit a fiber mobile dealer near you today to get a fiber SIM card. 1 GB for only 50 shillings, 2.5 GB for only 100 shillings, and 30 GB for only 1,000 shillings.
Sherekea nasi mwezi huu. Channel bomba, sinema na vipindi vya kusisimua. Burudani kamili kwa familia nzima.
That's why I love this stuff.
Sherekea nasi upate nafasi ya kushinda zawadi kila wiki kuanzia 55-inch TVs, fridge na pikipiki. Treat familia na ununue StarTimes decoder madukani kwetu na kwa wauzaji wetu nchi nzima. Lipia subscription yako upate nafasi ya kushinda zawadi kemkem kwenye draw za kila wiki.
It's the best.
Kutoka kwa familia yetu hadi yako. Asante kwa kutukaribisha nyumbani kwenyu. StarTimes, furahia maisha kidijitali.
The future is hands-on, and Sensei College is at the front line of technical institutes in Kenya, offering practical and skill-based courses accredited by all concerned bodies, TVETA, NTSA and NITA. Sensei College offers driving and plant operator, cosmetology, fashion and design, mechanics, hydroponics and irrigation, installation, building construction, hospitality, photography and video production, electrical and electronics repairs, and ICT courses. Get free plant operator training when you enroll for plant mechanics, free driving when you enroll for motor vehicle mechanics, and free riding when you enroll for motorcycle mechanics. The requirement is an ID only, with intakes every first week of the month. We have 2 campuses in Nakuru and Nairobi. We provide meals and accommodation. Sensei College. My skills, my future.
Kasarta nebo kegushin gong ureriosiek eng yuton bo Kass TV. Kakiboronji lelesta neinegei eng super special stage en komosta nebo Kasarani en kabelisiet nebo WRC Safari Rally neinomi betutab komut kasi akowong'ugei betutab Jumapili en komosta nebo Naivasha. Eng tai kokaindochi Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua lumdaetab kabelisiet niton bo WRC Safari Rally nekochut edition nenyin nebo 70. Nyorchinigei emetab Kenya silingisiek bilion 6 kobun tetet noton nebo kabelisiet niton bo Safari Rally taban ak amartaet ak aldaetab emet.
The WRC Safari Rally continues to be an important marketer of Kenyans' various tourist and cultural attractions. This is contributing immensely to about 6 billion pumped into the Kenyan economy annually through the rally's ecosystems. The government joins the FIA in spreading the message of road safety and encouraging our road users to stay vigilant and obey traffic rules even as they follow the high adrenaline action for the next few days. And finally, I invite all of you to enjoy our tourism and the great hospitality of the Kenyan people.
nebo urerietab volleyball nebo KPA ko kabelikab kenyini chebo title nebo Paul Bitok. Kalelesan timit niton nebo KPA en finals chekakureren en kiwanjet nebo Nyayo koterteri timit nebo Kenya Prisons en setishek 3-1. Komitei sirindenyo Martin Cheruiyot Chegunur komosta nebo Nyayo ak nguni mache kityo kochoronwech pichait ole kou kobelise timit niton nebo KPA kobeli title nebo Paul Bitok.
The game was so competitive. Tumeng'ang'ana, department zote zetu zimework and kila mtu ameng'ang'ana, block, service, reception, everything, attack. Yeah, imework vizuri sana, so imetuwezesha kushinda hiyo mechi. Our main strength is always the service. Secondly ni blocks, but we normally dwell on services so much, so services each and every day huwa inatuokoa kabisa. Yes.
Ilikuwa game ngumu na tulikuwa tuna expect ikuwe ngumu kwa sababu tulikuwa tumecheza nao mbeleni na nikafikiria vijana wangu watachukua ile notion ya kwamba tushacheza nao tukawashinda, sasa tutawashinda, lakini nawashukuru sana vijana wangu maana wamejitolea kwa udi na uvumba mpaka tukapata ushindi. Strategy zetu ni kama ziliwako mzuri kwa sababu tulikuwa tunasema tuserve mzuri na alafu tufanye defense yetu ya front court mzuri na back court mzuri. I think vijana wangu wamejitolea, wamefanya back court mzuri, wamefanya back court defense mzuri na defense ya mbele mzuri. Services pia nafikiri mmeona zilikuwa perfect.
Congratulations team ya KPA kwa mchana ni kombe la International Tournament about 2023. Mashindano ni igere ile kami barakne kanya kicheza semi finals igere ka fight na timisha tukul ko bata chika kisir chacho ko KBF actual placers kibor mashindano mi barakne en upande nebo skills wachezaji konya kibwa finals igere fighting spirit ne kondo KPA kuna otok ne ka change game nebo finals kot konyo rushindi ngaga kuro men team nebo Prisons ko ga utilize an makosa sek chikatindo in master reception KPA so ko sich konyo rushindi na to rani in generally amuchal competition aba Paul Bitok ko petune tai ke jasan indoor anan kod ne kikiteje ne masangi kikemuch ke Austin tournament ni master nebo Eldoret ak Kapsabet Mosoriot lakini ko unique ni betune tai ango agone tai in national tournaments ke ay kod ne kikiteje anan indoor arena so igere ko change in qualities ago kero big chiko kocham ago baibaitu ne bi ko agibu tournament ni nikechesane en Nyayo stadium ne Arena nebo basketball ago gere kanyi stadium kot kopetul ole GTB.
Ako yoton chitab Kolenjin kokakiwongo kayumetab logoiwek chebo emet chekamuch koitun kong'eten mesetab logoiwek nebo Kass TV. Kongoi missing ininyi nekesub tetutiet niton bo logoiwekab emet. Kainenyu Caroline Kiplagat inendet ngoibwech logoiwek chuton en oret nebo kabarunet ko Naomi Cherotich kimagun kiy age tugul nekararan.
The kings of the track are here again. Feel more. The race is on. The engines are racing, gear switching, and the crank is shafting. The crowd is screaming, feet following, eyes